Average rate of change. In the previous sections, we studied how to take a derivative, we looked at the limit definition, and we looked at how to use the power rule. In this section, they would like us to compare the average rate of change with the instantaneous rate of change at a slope. So here we have the definition for average rate of change. Now, right away, you might not recognize this, but if you've taken any algebra class ever, you probably recognize the point slope form. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and that's how you get the slope of a line. Well, that's actually pretty much what they're asking us to do here. They have f of b, which is some point at x coordinate b, f of a, which is a y value at some x coordinate a, over b minus a. That's the same as here. However, this assumes that you're looking at a line, and this is just taking an average of a function that isn't necessarily a line. Now, to compare that with a derivative, we took an instantaneous rate of change, and this is the limit definition that we were looking at for the previous two sections. So let's see how that looks on a graph. So if we take the graph that was on the book there, if we were to take the average rate of change of this, where we did the point slope form, we'd effectively just be drawing a line between these two, right? So we could get some other object, point to point, and that's what your average rate of change would look like. It would be a straight line between those 2 points. Whereas we know from taking a derivative that if we were to draw a tangent line at each of these points, it would look different. It would look something like that, and here it would look something like that. And this tangent line and this tangent line are different because they're different at different points for functions that have curves in them. And the average rate of change is going to be different because it doesn't account for the fact that this function is changing and growing at a nonlinear rate. So that's at a basic glance the difference between the average rate of change and the derivative.